This is a close-up view inside of a lightning port. Once those two metal tabs on either side wear out, your charging cable won't stay firmly in place, which causes connection issues. Debris in the back of your port can also cause the same problem, so if you think that might be what's going on, check out my video on how to clean your lightning port. Got an iPad Pro 10.5 motherboard only here, sent in for charge port repair. And while this port doesn't look particularly great, it also doesn't appear to be damaged. However, it's so worn out that the charge port barely stays plugged in. So there's really not much holding this here. So we're just going to go ahead and remove this. First thing we want to do is get something underneath here so we don't make our mat bubble up. I'm going to flip it over on the other side and we'll remove this piece of tape, hopefully in one piece right up here. I'm going to show you a way to do this with minimal risk to tearing any of these pads. First thing we're going to do is apply some leaded solder. This is going to bring the melting point down on these connections, and we'll check the other side, make sure there's nothing made out of plastic on this side. If there is, you want to remove it, but everything looks good here. Now we're going to take this off using hot air, so I'm going to stabilize the board. Now we're going to come in here with our hot air at 430. I'm going to bring the airflow up to about 60 because we're not worried about blowing anything off the board. And then we'll just heat, and as we see these melt, we can slowly lift on either side. Wait for these to liquefy. Probably should have moved this because it's starting to melt. Yeah, whatever. Alright, let's get that out of the way for the moment. And just gently lift, and these will give way when they are ready to move. Just don't force it. Alright, nice and clean. And put some more leaded solder over the top of these. These will be nice and even. And we'll clean this up and go get our new charge port. Alright, so we're going to use these little gold boxes here on either side to align our port. You'll see that there are some windows here. Just make sure that those line up on both sides, and if you do one side at a time, you can always adjust the other. So we'll just get some flux on here first of all. Zoom in here. And we just need to hold this in place. I think we're pretty straight there. Yeah, it's going to slide around. So let's do this side first. Alright, that'll hold that. And then we can adjust this one. Until we have it straight. Alright, and once you got something tacked in place, now we can just run across this whole piece. Now you want to make sure the inside's connected. Adding the solder to the outside is not going to bond it to anything, but it will help the solder underneath to attach. Now to clean this up, I recommend you use a 92% alcohol rather than the 99, so you don't rub all the paint off of this. Now I'll just get our stickers back on and we'll be ready to go. And if this gets all mangled, the way that did, I recommend you just replace it with some Kapton tape, which is what I'm going to do. Ready to go, and as you'll see here momentarily, got a nice snug port. It's not going to fall apart.